All right, so starting off in March. March Wheel of Fortune upright, love it. Things are shifting in your favor. So that's happening right now, Taurus. You are building, you are growing. If you are putting in the work, it is becoming bigger and bigger. If you're not, then that's becoming bigger and bigger. All right, so the Wheel of Fortune, even though it's called Fortune, what is that quote about fortune smiles and, la da 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 da. But that's the same with this Wheel of Fortune too. It's whatever you put into it is what you will receive. So work it hard, work it honestly, and reap the benefits. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. Taurus, you are on fire. So that is your month. Your month is right now, Taurus, March. You are feeling settled. You are feeling content and happy with what is happening. Jupiter is smiling down on you, even though it's in retrograde right now. But you are building, you are happy, you are so satisfied. Relationship is happening. If you are not in a relationship, focus on your family, focus on your friends, and build that. It'll make you so content for the month. And if you aren't feeling content, if you aren't feeling that warmth that it looks like most of you guys are feeling, you can create it. And this is the time to do it. From March 20th on until, April, you've got it. You've got to create this sanctuary, or at least start. Because as long as you start right now, it will grow. Now, we have the 8 of Wands, and that's in April, so you're going to feel like you don't have a whole lot of choice. You don't have a whole lot of choice in what's happening. So you go from this beautiful kind of ethereal feeling of like, life is good, things are happening, things are starting to grow, to, oh wait, it's all drying up. What do I do now? 8 of Wands is like, it's hard to make choices because there are no choices. It's like you feel like you're stuck. You're stuck in your life. And being stuck in your life, you also feel like you just don't have the tools to change it. Now, Taurus, make sure that you don't fall into the martyr complex of, I can't do it. I can't make it better. There's nothing that I can do. That is not true. Now, you may feel that, but with the Magician reverse, it's often you don't recognize the power you truly have. So you need to reevaluate all of your attributes and everything you have to give and to be, and recognize them as what they are, instead of saying, I can't do it, I'm not capable, I'm not strong enough, I don't have the time. Because you do. The Magician is always the magician. But you know all of the spells and you know everything that needs to be done, but you just don't have the confidence right now to use it. So I'm here to tell you, Taurus, you are amazing. The Magician, even in reverse, is strong, is creative, intelligent, psychic. You have all of the tools to do what you want. You can do it, and you need to do it. All right? So once we get through April, you're going into May, and we have Temperance reversed. And this is kind of just a continuation to what happened with the Magician and not feeling like you didn't have any choice. All right? Because now you're like, well, now that I feel like I don't have any choice, I can't do what I want. You're a little out of balance, all right? So Temperance is ruled by Sagittarius, and that Sagittarian energy is dampened right now. So it feels like you can't help out who you want. You can't create what you want. But the truth is, once again, it's a major arcana card. It's all there. You just have to utilize it. So it's, I have these 2 months here of depression in a way. Being depressed even though you have everything that you need at your fingertips. All right. So yeah, you're gonna have to rally, Taurus. Let's rally. May is about rallying, standing up for you, standing up for what you believe in, knowing that you have the power to do it. Fake it till you make it, Taurus. Even though you're not gonna feel that way, Taurus, you're the bull. Be stubborn. Stand up. Be strong. You do have this energy of feeling out of balance, but you can get yourself back in balance. So in May, even though like I said, you're going to kind of fake it till you make it. It is really important to start that foundation and solidify that idea of, this is my life, I'm in charge. Okay? In June, we have the Sun reversed, which is still a very positive card. It's a Leo card. So it's, you might be in the limelight and not want to be. All right? You may be getting a lot of attention and you may not want it. Or the exact opposite. You may want attention and you don't get it. You want to be in the limelight and somebody else got it. But the thing is no matter how that pans out, you're going to be the victor in the situation. It may be a little harder to see and understand, but once the dust settles, you'll go, oh, I'm really glad that it happened that way. All right. So in the situation, of questionable circumstances of, I want that and I didn't get it. I worked for this and I didn't get it. You have to be graceful. You have to be like the emperor and still rule your roost and say, that's fine. I may have lost the battle, but I'm going to win the war. Also, you're going to have to look at other venues. You may even have to move to make things happen. And so you have to be, in June, malleable. You have to be able to kind of go with what's happening and shift it in your favor, which, Taurus, I'm going to tell you right now, is going to be uncomfortable for you. All right, you're not going to want to. You're going to want to dig in your heels and say, no, I want to stay here and I want it this way. Sorry, you're going to get your heels out of the dirt and roll with it, okay? If you do roll with it, if you do kind of bend to the situation, not saying give in, but bend and kind of maneuver your way in a different way, you will get a lot more out of it. All right. So June, like a situation that I like for some of you, I do see is like work that, you might not get the promotion or the situation you want, but something else is going to come up but you don't want that because you wanted the other one. Well, this is a great opportunity that you really need to look at and check out because it's going to help you. But you have to move. You have to go with it. The battle is not always how you planned. And so just like the emperor, you have to do what's best for your kingdom. July, Knight of Discs, Knight of Pentacles. Somebody's coming in with a message. I feel like it's an accountant. I do feel like or actually, as much as I don't want to say this because, but, it could be an inheritance and, it could be, because somebody had passed and suddenly, and now you're going to get an inheritance of some sort. But it has to do with like a quick prosperity that they're going to be giving you, and it's going to help you out a heck of a lot. All right, but it's not going to come without some trials and tribulations. This knight is bestowing this gift of kind of a foundation of having a little ease in your life, and somebody's not going to be happy with it. And so I feel like it's going to be like a sibling or a cousin or somebody who feels like a sister or a brother to you. And they're going to say it's unfair and that you don't deserve it. And it really upsets them. Then you're getting what you get. Know that they're coming from a place of sadness, of jealousy, and of, just not their high vibration. They're going through something that is causing them to feel lack in their own life. And then when you gain something, instead of that positive response of, well, congratulations, good for you, you deserve it, they think, I didn't get that. I am struggling. Why didn't somebody help me? So it's not a personal attack on you, even though they will be attacking you personally. It's coming from a different space. And so, Taurus, if you understand that, it'll be much easier for you to walk away from it and not feel so distraught or saddened by their reaction. Because what's happening here is this gift that is being given to you in August is really going to change the game for you. All right? Having the universe here is this person seeing your work, seeing what you're doing, and wanting you to succeed. So with the universe, I think some of you guys like are going to be getting married in August or September, actually. All right. Because the universe there is like, okay, we've been working together. We've been working to make things happen. And now we got it. We're there. We're right there. I also think that those are 2 months that are great for marriage for you. Let's see. So we're still on August though. All right. So with the universe happening, we also have the Six of Cups. Okay, so things are happening, things are going really well, but somebody from the past is going to come back and kind of put, a twig in the wheel, kind of make it like, oh, why did you come back when I'm so happy? Why are you here? And they're not even demanding anything, and they might not even show up physically. It might be just nostalgia or a memory that pops up and makes you rethink what you're doing right now. But it's just that. It's just a memory. It's in your past. It is no longer who you are. And guess what? Whoever else is involved in this nostalgia, they're no longer who they were either. So it's time to leave that in the past and move on, because you're on a really good path. And this little piece here, this nostalgia, could be a weight, could be an anvil that pulls you back down into an area that is no longer healthy for you. So knowing this, keep footloose and fancy free of people from the past. Accept them, love them, be grateful for them being in your life when they were, but do not feel, that you have to engage in this memory of yesterday. Let's see. So now we're on to September. September, like I was saying, these are some really great months to get married. Also, if you want to get pregnant, this is a good time to get pregnant too. The Empress is creativity, beauty, connection, collective, feeling Venusian, feeling like, you have the power to create, to be creative. All right, so you could also be drawing people in. Page of Swords in this regard has 2 different meanings. All right, so in September, you're going to be the center of attention in September. People are going to notice you, whether you like it or not. And the Page of Swords is one of those people who will notice you. And they're going to be kind of immature. They're going to be a little immature if they're not children. But they know how to be flattering to you and loving to you and, say the right thing at the right time. I don't see any big problem with this. I just see that they're in a way being won over by your power. By just that month is your month, and they can't help but be drawn to you. It could also be with the Page of Swords, it could be a child. It could be a child coming in, air sign, so Aquarius, Gemini. Who's my other Aquarius and Gemini? I'm missing one. Who is it? Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Okay, so if you have an air sign child, they could be just needing a little bit more love and inspiration that month. All right, in October, you're going to feel a little out of balance. I think because of everything that happened over the summer, you're going to feel like a little like I spent too much money, I had too much fun. Now you could have even gained a little bit of weight. It's just like everything feels a little, not what you want it to be. So, take it easy with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. It's like, you just have to acknowledge the problem right now. It's not going to be solved in that month whatsoever. Okay, but also don't beat yourself up and get overly emotional with the fact your jeans don't fit and you have no money in the bank and you feel a little emotionally a little bit emotional duress just from being so outgoing and having so much fun over the summer. You're just exhausted. So it's actually that month in October, I really want you to just take some time to yourself, kind of, go inward, hang out with very close loved ones, and that's it. And just get back on track, make a plan. November, we have the Ace of Swords, so that makes also a lot of sense here. Because, like I said, it's time to make a plan, and it's time to implement it in November. You got to come out with guns ablaze and be ready to go. Ace of Swords is a new beginning when it comes to an idea, a mindset. It could even be work. It could also be that you are now becoming a spokesperson in some regard, and so you're going to have to be like the figurehead of a situation. So with the Ace of Swords, it's a new beginning and it's positive, but it's always, what are you willing to put into it? And Justice. Okay, so this new beginning is linked to, Libra. And Justice is actually very Venusian, even though it seems very hardcore. Let's take care of things. But Justice having the sword and the balance. And this is this October? Am I talking about? Or is it November? November, December. Yeah, it's December. December, the new beginning that's happening, is exciting, is beautiful, is very creative, but you're going to have to be creative to get it. Okay, you're going to have to be really thinking outside of the box to make it happen, and you're going to have to be cordial and beautiful and smile. And for some of you Taurans, you just don't want to do that. It's like too much work to have to kind of schmooze. But December is going to be about schmoozing and getting the information you need, getting things together, to make sure that your life is in balance, to make sure that you have the financial situation you want, so you have the people around you that you want. And you have to do it, once again, like I keep stressing this in all of my readings right now, is you have to do it with an honesty of self. All right, because Justice sees through the lies, sees through the, used car salesman kind of aspect. It sees through all of that, and it will call BS on you. So you have to muster that love and that smiling from a true spot. And if you cannot do it, then you're going to have to figure out and be creative on a way that you can start this new situation. So in January, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Someone's going to come in. They're going to try, obviously, they're in the reverse. They're not in a positive light. They're going to try to take your beginning. All right. It's a sword sign linked with the sword, the new beginning in December. They don't want you to have it, and they're going to try to take it. So be on the lookout of somebody who's going to try to take either a person in your life, a relationship, or your work, or a new idea, and take credit for it. Two of Wands, yeah, they're trying to still your beginning. They see the positivity and they see what you are building, and they want it. And they want it for themselves, and they don't want you to have it. They're the only person who wants to have it. And you know what? It always feels so gross to say that, because it just blows my mind that people still think like that. It's like, really? You don't have enough going on in your life to be satisfied with just working on you and not trying to take what other people do? It's so sad. There's no reason for that to happen. And Taurus, you're going to unfortunately be a victim of somebody thinking like that. And so that's a really good aspect, and that's a really good way of going through with it. Is, gosh, what is wrong with this person? I don't even need to deal with it. What I'm doing is off the chain. I'm staying true. I'm staying honest. I've got my back covered. I have all aspects ready to go. Forget you. I'm moving on. Okay? And the reason why I am saying this, kind of like I'm saying, is because January is going to set you up. All right, because you're going to get a couple more trials and tribulations through the remainder of the zodiacal year. And so what happens is, by setting up that strength, setting up that situation of, you know what, I cannot be shaken. You cannot shake what I do and who I am. I am happy with who I am and what I'm doing. In February, when people are gossiping about you and people are speaking schmack, it's not going to affect your work. It might hurt. It might be a little like, gosh darn it, why are you doing that? And kind of hurt your feelings, but it's not going to deter you from moving on and doing what it is that you need to do. So with the Three of Cups, be careful in the reverse. Be careful that it is that people are not, if they are gossiping about you, it's not your concern. Let them do that. Create what you need to. They're jealous. They're jealous of what you're doing. Also, if you don't feel like going out, there's a reason this month. Like in December, I'm like, you're going to have to kind of go out and just like be with people. But in February, yeah, don't do it. Okay, because we have transformation in reverse. So this is also the death card. So we have this situation of people speaking poorly about you and kind of not helping you, not assisting you when they said they would. And like I said, you're going to feel, it's going to hurt your feelings pretty bad. But it's so important for me to stress that you let go of that, because with the transformation in reverse, that's what could happen, is that you could go down into that depression. You could stay in that and be like, no one loves me. No one wants to help me out. And that's not the truth. All right. And that's what they want you to do. That's where they want you to go, and stay in that constant cycle of self-questioning and, not taking care of yourself. So also, again, in February, make sure that you have started a situation. Let's see, this is February, January, December. In November, when we noticed we were a little out of whack and maybe gaining weight, maybe not being so healthy, that you have already implemented a regime, a plan that you have consistently been on, because this will also alleviate and take some of the pressure off of what is happening in February. Because you will have something even better and stronger to rely on than somebody's gossip. In March, it's kind of a continuation of February. It's like I think you're still going to be really upset with what happened in February, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a silver lining. It's not even silver, it's flipping gold. All right. You have enough in your life to be happy and content with. And that is where you need to focus on, not what these silly little hooligans are saying to you, saying about you in February. It's like, don't focus on that. There's nothing you can do about that. You are not in control of other people's opinions and lives. You can only control your own. So brush them off, say that's stupid, and laugh about it. Like, how sad is it that they had to go to that level to feel better about themselves? And focus on what you do have, these 2 cups over here. All right? And yeah, don't indulge these people. 5 of Wands in reverse. Don't indulge anyone who is trying to come up to you and say, well, you're not worth anything. I heard that you are from planet Neptune and are just too busy smoking pot all the time. Like, what are you talking about? That's crazy. No, I'm from Jupiter. I'm expansion, beauty, and love. Like, don't feed the fire of this. The best that you can do in this situation is walk away from it and just do your work, because they won't know what to do with that. They're hoping that you come back and that you lash out that Taurian tongue, which can slice and dice. You are the bull, and you will continue to slice and dice until your opponent is down. All right. But this is not the time to do that. Don't waste your breath on this silliness. And then to conclude, back into, so that was, well, this was February, March, and into April, the Initiate, the Hierophant card, spirituality, get back to it, get back to yourself after kind of this rigmarole of delving into the darker side of humanity. Find your peace in your spirit, find your peace and soul in your guides. Yeah. Yep. Find peace and spirit in your guides so that you can, because there will be a new beginning given to you, but it's going to take a while to get there. Okay. So this opportunity, you're going to have some faith about. All right. So what happens in April is that somebody's going to offer something. It's not going to happen in April. It's not. But the groundwork will be set for it in April. And You have to have faith and you have to believe. And I always say faith and belief is important, but you also got to do the work. Okay. So continue with that work. Don't give up. All right. And to just bring this whole month together, the one thing that you can always come back on, that when you feel like you're spinning out, or if you feel like, how do I start my, physical, emotional, spiritual regime that will help me combat these silly little mean girls happening in February? This is the card that you can always count on to kind of put you back on track. The egg. Oh, I love it. Right, so with the egg, it is so important to think of all the different aspects that go into hatching an egg. All right, have you made time to incubate it, to keep it warm, and been patient about it, and then letting it hatch on its own, fight to come to fruition. All right, so through this year, you are going to be hatching different ideas, relationships, work aspects. And so you're going to have the patience to sit and wait and make sure everything is where it needs to be and stay there. And by staying there, I don't mean staying stagnant. You're still moving. The energy is still moving forward, but knowing that some things just simply take time, and not to rush it, not to say, I want it now, but to say, you know what? I'm going to give it time, and I'm going to focus my energy on what the outcome I want. And by feeding it through knowledge, thought, emotion, spirit, physical energy, making things happen. Also, the delicate balance of the egg being so strong, yet so easily broken. All right? So even though we have this egg that you could crush quickly, if you hold it in the right way, you can't. And that is you. All right. So know that there are certain situations that you are vulnerable to, but you're also super duper strong. All right. You can manifest yourself in so many different ways. And so when you feel like you're spinning out, when you feel overwhelmed with having to stand up for yourself, incubate your ideas, incubate yourself, keep yourself warm so that you can grow and come out anew, even stronger and better.